Lord, as I kneel here tonight, I pray you help me in this spiritual fight. God, in school tomorrow, I need to be a light. I pray you keep me, you hold me with all your might. Lord, let me never forget. Never forget. God, when temptation comes with lust, help me to turn away with disgust. God, I need you, Lord, tonight. Temptation's trying to take me back to dust. God, my tempter forgets that I'm a Christian. They constantly want me to fall again. But I got something that'll beat sin. Under the shade of the cross, I win. Lord, let me never forget. Never forget. God, another tempter will come to bring me down, trying to get me to go to parties in the town, to get lost in the moment and in sin drown, to try to take away my glorious crown. God, deafen me. Help me to shut them out, to remember to tell them what it's all about. In your love and mercy, there is no doubt. Your grace and power can be felt throughout. Lord, let me never forget. Never forget. God, another tempter will come from me inside. A subconscious need to coincide with what they say around me, though I'm set aside. My flesh constantly wants to flow with Satan's ride. Stop me, Jesus. Put me on mute. Let me not be in ill repute. Stop me from saying words that pollute. But always for you, I'm in pursuit. Lord, let me never forget. Never forget. Lord, let me never forget that I am a witness without regret. In you, my testimony is set. Paid in full is my debt. Lord, as I kneel here tonight, I pray you help me in this spiritual fight. God, in school tomorrow, help me to be a light. I pray you keep me, you hold me with all your might. Lord, let me never forget. Never forget.
James chapter number 1, verse number 12. It's the New Testament. Some of you are familiar with it. It reads like this: Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Verse number 13 reads like this: Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God, for God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. Verse number 14 reads, But every man, everybody is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. And verse number 15 reads like this: Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Tonight on the evening of Paul's The Back to School edition, I want to talk to you for just a few minutes on a very simple subject, very simple thought, but something I pray will never leave your mind.
Something that I pray as you begin school, as you start college, as you start high school, as you start a new grade, as you start a new challenge in life, I want you to remember, as we progress, as we continue in this journey with God, there is no more recess. No more recess. I can remember the countless times I would sit in the chair waiting, as many of you would. The homework wasn't important. The subject wasn't something that I was interested in. The only thing on my mind was recess. I couldn't wait to be the first in line. I couldn't wait to be the one to take the kickball out. I couldn't wait to be the one to check the basketball or the football out. I couldn't wait to find that friend of mine that I knew we were going to have fun. I knew we were going to go, and it was just going to be another game at recess. It was going to be just another game, and we were going to, oh, sure, there was homework, sure, the teacher was talking, but I really wasn't paying attention because in just a few minutes, it was recess. Just a little bit more time, and I was going to have fun. Just a little bit longer, and I was going to play another game, and the day would go on, and school would happen, but you and I all know they could teach all they wanted to teach. They could write everything they wanted to write. They could read every book they wanted to read. But as children, we knew when it was time for recess, it was time for fun. It was time for games. And tonight I understand at the age you are, there is not a time where you look for the majority of you and say, I can't wait to play kickball. Maybe that's your thing. Some of you, it's basketball, it's football. Some of you, it's something else. And just majority of you spending more time on your phone than you do with friends, and more time on a computer than you do with God. You know how it goes. Just as you grow older, there's so many things to do. You've got life, you've got responsibilities, there's books to read, there's people to call, there's things to search, there's things to see, and I really don't have time for God. But on this Friday night, I have come with a passion and with a burden, and I would need and want somebody to walk out of here with an understanding that where you are in life, there is no more recess. It's gone beyond the point of just a desk and a computer. It's gone beyond the point of just books and games. It's gone beyond the point where I can just look forward to a certain time and know problems won't be there, responsibilities won't be there. I can check something out and I can have fun for a period of my time. But somebody needs to hear me tonight at the age you are. There is no more recess. What are you talking about? What are you speaking of? What I speak of is truth here tonight. What I speak of is what will change your life, because some of us, all we do and all we go through life is it's just about the game, Scott. It's just about the fun that I can have, Isaac. I'm looking at the time even now, and I know in maybe about 25 minutes I'll walk out of the door and there's some things I want to do. There's somebody's house I'll be sleeping at tonight. We'll be having fun. There'll be pizza and drinks, and we'll be hanging out, and I'll be on my iPhone. I'll be on the computer checking out what I want to check out. But somebody has got to hear me tonight. There is no more recess. The fact of the matter is this: at a certain point, sin will finish. And when sin finishes in your life, it comes to death. What are you talking about? What are you speaking of? What I'm saying in no more recess, Robbie, what I'm saying is this life that we live is not a game. This life that we live isn't a short period of our day where we can forget about the homework and we can forget about the life that we live and say, let's just go and have fun. Somebody's got to hear me tonight, because you're living your life like you'll have always. You're living your life like forever is in your hands. You're living your life like the time is what you control. But somebody tonight on Friday night at Pulse, the back to school edition, will you hear me tonight? Will you hear me as I stand before you? Will you hear me when you lay your head down tonight? Would you hear me? There is no more recess. The fact of the matter now is in the schools and the society that we have, as we progress as a nation and technology goes as far as it has, and you and I can do so much more than parents at our age and than the things when they were growing up. It's so much different. And tonight you and I know very well the halls that you walk through in school, the people that you pass. It's life or death. Hell has one desire tonight. Hell has one intention tonight, and it's to kill the spiritual pulse of your life. It's to suck the life out of you. It's to train you every day at school. If I can just get her exposed to a little bit more drugs. If I can just show him that there is a good time after a little bit of alcohol. If I can just get him, Martin, close enough to the opposite sex where they can give him some eyes. If I can get him close enough to the guy I know would influence his life in a negative manner. If I can get her close enough to that young girl that's popular. If I can get her close enough to that young girl who has lost her virginity, who has given herself away and says it is nothing, it's just a part of the age. It's just a part of the year that we're living in. You got to get used to it. You've got to do it. Tonight, I understand there's no more recess. You and I were growing up. You and I are getting older, whether you're a middle school student, you're a college age, you're not even in school, but you're here attending in motion. There is no more recess. There's no more fun and games. This is life or death, and I speak spiritually tonight. The life, the death. You and I, with decisions we can make. I wish and I pray to God that everything would be smooth in your life. I wish and I pray to God that everything would work well for you. But the fact of the matter is, you're going to get hit. The fact of the matter is, you're going to be tempted. As we read, everyone is tempted. Everyone gets a little bit of something thrown their way. And there's pleasure in it temporarily. Things feel good a little bit. Things feel all right a little bit. And because it feels good, we want a little bit more of it. Some here tonight, I'm not naive as the stage lights come up with the spotlight falling off. I'm not naive to the fact I know what you're facing in the days that you live in at school. And I'm not going to be a youth pastor that just walks into your life, gives you a high five and says, I'm so glad to see you here tonight. Am I glad? Absolutely. Because I'm glad that maybe tonight could be the night that I could speak something into your life through the power of God that would make a difference. Diego, the schools that we go to, the things that we see, the drugs, the sex, the money, the music, all those things are popular, and God is nowhere to be found in the hallway. God is nowhere to be found in the classroom. God is nowhere to be found in the books. God is nowhere to be found in the computers. And if we are not careful, we'll just let it go on by. We'll just let it go on by, and where we should be, what we should do, where we should go is so far away from where we are at. And I need somebody to hear me tonight. A part of this generation, Vanessa. A part of this generation, Heidi. There is no more recess. This is for real. This is for real. If you're going to make it, if you're going to live for God, if you're going to be effective for God, if you're just going to be a Christian, it's going to take something from you. It's going to require something of you. What are you talking about tonight on Back to School edition of Pulse? Where are you trying to go? What I'm trying to make sure and do whatever I can do to get it across. If there is anybody that's going to stand, I hope it's the young men and young women that I'm speaking to tonight. If there is anybody that's going to rise in a classroom, if there's anybody that doesn't mind as they make their way through the hallway, as they make their way through the classes, I hope it's somebody that understands there's no more recess. I don't need to be intimidated. Somebody help me. I don't need to be ashamed. I don't need to be embarrassed. Somebody hear me. I don't mind holding my backpack in one hand and my Bible in the other. I don't mind standing out and standing up. Is there somebody